You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the long-awaited, long break in between episode of the Two Scotch Funk Worldwide Lounge. So why the long break? Oh my God, it's been more than 2 weeks since I've hit this microphone. I just realized that it's been, more than 2 weeks, and I have a perfectly good explanation for it. I didn't know what to talk about. It has been a rather aggressive 2 weeks here for me. And by aggressive, I don't always mean, the fun kind of aggressive. Maybe it's the tougher kind of aggressive. Lots of things going on, and we'll talk about that tonight. So what's the topic tonight? What are we going to talk about? I haven't had any input for a while, so I had to make something up. And it came to me while I was out shoveling earlier today. We got a couple inches of snow, and I wanted to get some fresh air, so I thought I'd go out and blast that out and listen to my book on tape. And as I was shoveling, it came to me, the topic for today, and it's about work and how much is enough and what time do we shut it down and what are we doing for ourselves other than the treadmill. So there's a lot of different inspiration for this one tonight. One of them is my friend Mary. I don't know if she ever listens to these, so if you do, what the shit, Mary. But she posted this thing on Facebook about a guy walking down this path, talking about how many hours a day we spend at work and how many hours a day we spend with our friends and family, doing the things we want. And it got me thinking a little bit. And there's another compounding factor. I was at my doctor back home in Petoskey, and she's like, "What are you doing for joy?" And I didn't have a real good answer for her. Well, it's January, this is the time we all get together and buckle down and work, and I did not have a good answer. I wasn't doing anything for joy. Now, this is last Monday. This is, the 20th. This is when I was over there. Well, later in the week, I find out that one of my good friends from my old job at the aerospace firm, John, passed away. He passed away the same day I was there. Now, John Chanda was a good man. I enjoyed the hell out of working with him. He was the night shift superintendent, and he called us in the office the carpet walkers. He was one of many, but I tried to not be one. I wanted to be in the shop. I enjoyed being out there with the folks. And once every couple weeks, when I had the one role of continuous improvement manager, I'd bring in pizza and bring in all the supervisors from the night shift, and we'd walk the floor and talk to people, introduce myself to them, and spend some time with the night shift people so that I got to know them and what they were struggling with. And John appreciated that, and we became good pals. John lost his wife a while back, and he was kind of married to his job. He died on the 20th, and he was 60 years old. 60. Not an old man by any stretch. John left behind some beautiful kids and beautiful grandbabies at 60. And that job, I know that chewed him up. It's a lot of stress, but that was his job. That was his crew, his people, and he was responsible for them. And he took it upon himself to make it happen. And now we don't have John anymore. Well, then Friday, the 24th, was the third anniversary of Dad leaving. And that's a hard day. I mean, they're all hard days. And you can make or break that day if you want. This year I was able to do some fun things and remember him and celebrate him. But God damn, it's still sad. So we get through Friday, get on to Saturday. Had a really useless day Saturday. I got nothing accomplished. Not one thing. Nothing productive. It was just a blown day, and it was okay with me. So we get through today. Start my morning with a note from a dear friend that said, I don't know if you know this or not, but Dana passed yesterday. Another sweet human being gone. She was one of the first people I met when I started working for Visa, the company in California. And she was just as kind as could be. She had her demons. We all do. But boy, she did her best, and now she's gone. And she was a road warrior. She was just a worker and gone. She was so excited about her kids, always so proud of them, and grandbabies, and a great new man to take care of her and treat her properly. And her heart gave out. And now she's gone too. Now here are two people that gave their all to their jobs and their people and their families and everything. And they're gone. And Dana, I think, was only a couple of years older than me. And now she's gone. People in their 50s and 60s should not be expiring, number one. And they certainly shouldn't be leaving behind all these wonderful people that have just absolutely adored them. And they worked their asses off into the ground. And for what? You know, we all want fancier cars or boats or toys, or provide for our families, provide for our loved ones, be able to help others, you know, if we have some excess. But boy, oh boy, life is short. And that's what we're going to talk about the rest of the time. How short is it? If you know, please let me know. But most of us don't have any idea when we're going to punch out. And I think a lot of us are hoping for the best and trying to outlive as much as we can. You know, we want to extend this thing a little bit. My one doctor here in Alpena that I'm not going to see anymore, he's like, I need to get you men to 82, and then you die of a heart attack. Like, man, 82 sounds like a long ways away from right now, but the closer you get, the longer you'd like to extend the run. And at 82, am I going to be able to say, hey, cutie pie, you want to go for a ride up to the UP and do some waterfall chasing, take some pictures of the waterfalls and fly my drone around and go for bike rides? Or am I even going to remember who the hell I am at 82? I have a hard time remembering that at 52 and a half. So I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I know it's not going to look as good as it does today. And I remember even Dad, I mean, he fought cancer for over a decade. And he even said towards the end, he's like, you know, kid, I wish I would have sold the business earlier and spent more time just doing the things I want to do and do some of the projects that we talked about. And yeah, I know that was hard to hear, but man, when Dad, who loved to work and loved his job, loved his business, when he said he wished he would have cashed in the chips a little earlier on the career thing, that's when I knew it was important. And I listened to that. That caught me. And one of the things Dad left me with, about $1 billion, was, you know, for every hour you work for someone else, work a half hour for yourself until that equation changes, which sounds great, but it's really hard to do because you get used to the steady paycheck and the insurance benefits and the safety and the actual comfort of working for someone else. Now, there's a trade-off. Obviously, there's always a trade-off. And what is more important to you? Flexibility, independence, or safety and security? A blend of both? And now here's the part that I'm going to interject here that I didn't think about before Monday. Where's your joy coming from? What are you doing for joy? If you work 50, 60 hours a week, how much time do you have for yourself and for joy? In those 30 minutes, you know, every time you work an hour for somebody else, how much time do you have to really put in the effort for yourself? Some people have limitless energy. I think I used to. I remember kind of, but I don't anymore. And the things that I do for joy take a little bit more out of me than they used to. A bike ride isn't quite as fulfilling as it used to be because I'm always thinking about what's next. My buddy Doug said this. He's like, you know, one of the things that I screw up, and he was talking about himself, but I'll include myself with his statement, is we're too busy worrying about what's next and not living in the moment. the profit mechanic. Now, one of the things I struggle with ADD is staying on a path. I am not a good path walker. So, when I started my recovery coaching practice, it boomed. It went great and things were going crazy well. It was a lot of work, a lot of emotional work. I mean, it's not like you go out and chop wood for 10 hours and you're tired, but you are refreshed when you wake up in the morning. You think about your people all the time. You're like, I hope they're okay. I hope the advice I gave was good advice. I hope that they followed it and they understood why I said what I was saying, that type of thing. So it's always on, and that's fine. But it was rewarding when somebody got it, when it clicked. It was so amazing. It was just, that was joy. I felt it, and it was great. And when the first book came out, we started doing more and more talks, and that was building. And I thought, okay, I am on the right path. I am on track. I'm here. My job in life, my position, my reason for being here is to help other people out of their mess, because Lord knows I made enough messes on my own that I have the experience to help people avoid that. And there's something in my guts, in my heart, whatever you want to say. I hate seeing people suffer. I hate it. It bothers me. I can feel it. When they're not feeling good, I don't feel good. And I wish I didn't have that. It's not something I chose, but I have it, and it's hard. But if that's what I have, why not leverage it? Why not use it to my advantage, right? And to everybody's if I can. Well, then we started doing the speaking engagements. All the stuff was building, and it was just a nice, easy crescendo. And then COVID came and shut down everything. Everything. I lost a significant chunk of change that year because I couldn't do the work. I wasn't allowed. It wasn't the same. You cannot go talk, you cannot be in groups, whatever. Everybody remembers that. We're not going to belabor it. But the point is, my source of income, my extra income in the building for the future, that 30 minutes for every 60 you work for somebody else was gone, taken away from me. And it was devastating. It was a ton of work, effort, money, gone. And I didn't recover from that very well. At that point I said, piss on it. I'm not going to do that again where somebody can just swipe it away. I'm going to do it online. I'll just do it like that. Or not. I haven't really cracked the code, if you want to say it like that, to be successful as an online personality. I am not the tallest, not the prettiest by far, or the smartest, or the most charming, or the most any of the S's, if you will, that you need to be that guy. Or gal, but guy in my case. So the problem is, where I do the best is in person. Well, when that got taken away, I just went into a shell, said, nope, not doing that anymore. Thankfully, the combination of early onset dementia that I guess I started when I was about 6, and my ADD, which I think I've had since before I hit the dirt, it allowed me to forget how bad that went, and I want to try it again. So I'm thinking I'll still do the online stuff. I'll keep the podcast going. But when the new book comes out in May, why not do another book tour? Those are fun. Connecting with the readers, connecting with all of you, that's pure joy to me. I love that. I love the feedback, good or bad. I just like being around all of you because you're positive, and that's important to me. One of the biggest takeaways I've had by not doing a podcast in the last 2 weeks is how much I feed off of your support. Didn't have any last 2 weeks because I didn't put anything out. Well, guess what? I'm not going to put anything out. I don't feel good about it. I don't have anything to talk about. Well, then I don't get any juice from you. And it's a death spiral for me. It doesn't work for me. So I need to stay better in touch with you. So I apologize. But I also want to say thank you for making me realize how important you guys are. There would be absolutely no reason for me to write without you, and no reason to do these podcasts without you. You are the biggest piece for me, and I appreciate you a ton. So let's do this. I want to do the May thing. We'll get the book out. We'll start doing some announcements as it gets closer, maybe some sneak peeks at it. It's a bitch to write, but I think you'll like it. I hope you will. I'm putting a ton of heart into it. So yeah, book tour. I'm thinking yeah, and then why not just start dabbling in the recovery coaching thing again? If I enjoyed it and I could help people, maybe not take a full load of clients, maybe just take 2 or 3 and do some good, have some fun, recharge the batteries, the joyful batteries, the J cell, if you will. Why not? Why not do both of those things? Get the joy back, have the fun, do the day job, but do the night job and really do it in a way that gives you the energy, doesn't take it away. How about that? Doesn't that sound wonderful? So I want to take a minute and just remember John and Dana and Dad. I mean, all gone way too soon. All worked enough. That shouldn't be what you strive to have on your headstone. They worked enough. I don't want that. I want to be exactly like all of them in the way that they treated people and how people respected and loved them. But I don't want to go out early. So I'm not. No more Fruity Pebbles, no more Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Okay, that's a lie. I'm going to have that once in a while. I figure if I'm not down on a fifth of scotch every night, I can sneak a bowl of sugared cereal every couple days if I want. But the whole point is, find your joy. What are you doing for joy? How many hours are you working a week for somebody else? And how many are you working for you? And I don't mean just laundry and shoveling the driveway and cutting the grass. How much time are you spending on you? What is charging up your J cell? Your joy battery. I think that's important. No, I don't. I know it's important because mine was flat dead until tonight because of you. So I'm going to end this thing. That's a long one, but it's been a while and I wanted to talk. So here's to all of you. Take a look in the mirror. What are you doing for joy? And if it involves, helping others or crocheting or knitting or creating pieces of art for people that you don't even know, Kendra. Mom loves that thing, by the way. It's absolutely perfect. What are you doing for you? That's it. So I hope you've all been well. I hope you're all ready for February. It's right around the corner. It's Valentine's Day, so I'll be eating cookies and bonbons and crying in front of the TV watching The Proposal or something by myself, but I'll get by. All right. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great week. Do something for yourself. Whatever it takes. Find that joy. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.